Matthew Cannistraro. I'm an operations analyst at Harrington Air Systems. We're a sheet metal contracting company that's sort of partnered with Cannistraro LLC, which is a full-service mechanical contractor. We do most of our work in Boston. My day-to-day work is sort of both tracking and encouraging process improvements. So from data collection to like Gemba walks, from design to installation of our sheet metal systems, and then also developing sort of robust metrics for tracking our flow efficiency and our productivity, so that when we make improvements, we can see what difference did it make and be able to track the impact. It's a family-owned company. I'm the third generation, and my grandfather has this, he's full of quotes, and one of them is, never tell a man what to do, tell him what you want done and be amazed by his ingenuity. And so that's like, he would bite your head off if you made a mistake, but at least there was like this, the door was open for someone to try something different. And so that's really like our foundation in continuous improvement. And as the company got bigger, right, maintaining that culture becomes very difficult without a structure. And so our first attempt at rolling out something that sort of a set of lean principles for managing for continuous improvement and then tracking it was with a Google Docs. It was like a Google form, and then it went into a spreadsheet, and you could kick that out into Excel and do some really bare bones analysis on it. But it was not something that was easy to do, easy to look into the back end of. And the way that initially when we rolled it out, we emphasized everyone coming up with one idea. And I feel like that in conjunction with the fact that it was really difficult to get the pulse on the improvement culture, made it hard to keep the momentum going. And so about 2 years after that had rolled out, it had totally stalled out. At its peak, we had about 30 improvements a month from an office of around 100 people. So we were doing pretty well, but it just wasn't sustainable. And then when we heard about KaiNexus from a lean consultant that we were working with, and we got really excited about it because we thought it would give us the opportunity to have sort of instant feedback on how continuous improvement's going, and be able to sort of see, like through definitely the reports functionality, where our bottlenecks were, what departments were doing well, and really be able to highlight the employees who were sort of succeeding with their, coming up with ideas through their daily work. And so that's really how, we came into KaiNexus, was through that route. We thought, we have this energy for continuous improvement that we can't harness. Maybe this software can give us some structure to support it and to really encourage it in a way that we hadn't been able to do in the past. In the past 2 months, we've seen our sort of rate of change start to accelerate. And we've seen sort of like month over month for the last 3 months, I think, improvement in the rate of improvements coming in. And that's been really great to see. And I think what's triggered that is there's been a lot more interest from the sort of upper level management in our success in KaiNexus, and they've been able to get the information really quickly and identify, even just chime in through the comments, what's the status here? Like, how's it going? Do you need help with anything? And when the CEO writes that to someone who's like a production worker, right, it really makes them feel as if like their improvement project's cared about. And so where we've seen success, it's been great. I don't want to say, we're not at 100%. Everyone hasn't come up with an OI yet. And there's definitely more work to be done to get everyone sort of like raise the base literacy with improvement work. But right out of the gate, it really delivered, and what our expectation was to provide visibility into our culture of improvement and say, be able to identify which managers are managing well for improvement, which ones aren't, which ones are sort of empowering their employees to make change, and which ones are assigning too many OIs to themselves. And that was all stuff that was going on under the surface and holding us back before, but was totally invisible. And in order to find out about it, I mean, you had to you take a morning of conversations to figure out, and that's all been sort of mostly eliminated with KaiNexus. You still have to go, figure out more of the details of what's going on, but you're really, our managers are empowered, like the upper level managers are empowered to see, like really quickly, a snapshot of the sort of health of the improvement culture. And so that's been a big part of success at Cannistraro and Harrington with KaiNexus, has been because of that. It's made checking up on the improvement culture easier for the people who need to be driving it from the top.